Hello everyone, my name is Amanda Volz. I am a personal finance teacher at St. Clair High School in St. Clair, Michigan, and I am here to give some teacher tips on an activity that is titled Compare Making Credit Decisions. This activity is located in the Managing Credit unit on the NGPF website, and it's right here listed under the activities. And this is a great activity that I use to actually get students up and moving and talking to each other. The actual activity as it's designed is not really complex. They're taking different scenarios. So the first scenario, Eddie has landed a job. He needs some professional attire for his new job that he has, and he's trying to weigh out how that should be paid. Should he put it on a credit card that offers a 0% interest rate? Should he take it out of his emergency fund? Should he do something like Lending Club and borrow the money at a higher APR? And then it breaks down to another scenario about paying for college, and the financial aid package has run out, so she needs money for tuition. What are some options in paying for that? So here is my teacher tip on this activity is I like getting students moving. So in my classroom, as much as I can, getting them talking to each other and moving is a goal of mine in teaching. And I took this activity, honestly, I use it exactly how it's written. I print them out. So students then are moving throughout the room with this paper kind of in their hand. And I use a strategy that's called stand up, hand up, pair up. And I'll have students first sit with their first partner. I introduce the scenario to them and tell them that the first option that he has is opening up a credit card with 0% interest for the first 6 months. And then I give them about a minute or two, well, maybe a little longer than that, to chat with the partner that they're currently with. And they come up with pros and cons of this option of him paying for his clothes with a credit card with 0% interest. What would be the pros and the cons, and then maybe one question that he should ask before deciding on this option. And then they stop. So they just do like this number one together with their partner. They're kind of chatting, they're writing down answers. And then I should tell you that my classroom's somewhat collaborative. You can kind of see behind me that I have bigger tables, but I also kind of pull them apart. So then, I mean, if you have desks and you can set your desks up so there's two kind of desks together or small tables together. So like two of them can sit together and work together, and not necessarily in big groups, but it does work that way if you need. It's more with a partner is how I've done it. And then after just a few minutes, I only give them a couple minutes to chat. I then kind of pick on people or, give me some answers. What did you come up with? And I have the printed answer key kind of in my hand. And then I will add things to their list of like pros and cons. Oh, did you think of this? And we have a brief conversation where they can then add in some other answers. And then what I do is I have them stand up, hand up, and pair up. So they stand up. They, put their hand up if they want to do that. I mean, but they don't have to. But they essentially find a partner that they haven't worked with yet. And then they sit down with that partner. And then I tell them, okay, option one was taking out the 0% interest credit card. Option two is now he can take $1,250 of the $1,500 he has in an emergency fund. And then again, give him a couple minutes to chat about pros and cons. And I at least have them come up with one question. I guess another tip with this I should add is I always have them write their partner's name next to the number. So whoever they were with partner one, partner two, not necessarily do I track that. There's just not enough time in grading, but it just gives them some accountability as they're writing down, I was with this partner and then this partner. And then again, we discuss, they offer answers to me. I give them some things, food for thought and things to add. And then again, number three, they stand up, hand up, pair up with someone new. Can't be someone they've worked with before. And now the option is he could get a loan from Lending Club, which in my class, that spearheads a conversation about Lending Club, where I can pause for a moment, talk a bit about peer-to-peer lending. I usually show them the Lending Club website. There's a nice graphic on that website that explains what peer-to-peer lending is, and then give them a couple minutes to discuss and just keep the activity going in that way where there's multiple scenarios, multiple pros and cons of each of them, and then they have the opportunity to get up and work with different partners within the classroom. I should tell you I work with mostly 12th grade students, and my classes are about 55 minutes. And this activity, as I have it designed, takes my full class period. It takes about 55 minutes to get through all of them. Honestly, at some points, we're kind of like speeding it up a little bit at the end to make sure that we get through everything. And then they have a final reflection question at the end, and traditionally I send them back to their normal or assigned seat, and then they answer that final reflection question and then turn it in. So it's a great kind of introductory, well, maybe, I guess you could use it as introductory, but I feel like students need to know a bit about credit before they do this activity. Otherwise, they're going to be questioning a lot of it. So after you've done a basic introduction, this is a great activity to get them moving, get them talking, and get them thinking.